Happy Miracle Monday. This is Dawn Petalino. I'm your transformational coach, and Miracle Monday is where I share different tips and tools with you, and mainly truths with you, to remind you of your spirit, to remind you of who you really are, so you and I can be out in this world in a way that not only brings miracles to our own life, but spreads those miracles to others. And today's Miracle Monday is about when your to-do list seems too much, when the world seems to be asking of you too much, when fears of the future seem to loom in your brain, and that causes the anxiety, it causes the overwhelm. We're always trying to figure it out. We're always trying to kind of control that next moment so we feel safe, so everything's okay, and just what to do when this kind of stress gets to us. Well, I'm going to remind you of something that seems 180 degrees different from what the world would tell you. My teachings are based on A Course in Miracles and, of course, of love, as well as other spiritual teachers, but those are the main crux of my teaching. So if they resonate with you, sit back and enjoy. And you might want to check those books out. The Course in Miracles has a section on it that one of the lessons is, I rest in God. And in this is where it's asking us to place any of our concerns. Because when you think about overwhelm, when you think about the to-do list, what we're trying to do, it's like we're trying to carry everything at once. And we're not just carrying one little piece. We're seeing the whole picture, and we're like lifting it up, and we're like carrying all this stuff, and we're trying to manage it. Because we're trying to manage more than just this moment. We're trying to manage pretty much the rest of our day, the rest of our lives. And so when we start thinking that way, and we start thinking beyond this moment, we're trying to manage more than is possible to manage. So one thing you have to remember is, what we're trying to control is impossible to control. We can't control the next moment. And so when we're carrying everything and we're thinking of that list and we're repeating that list in our brain, that's what's causing a lot of our overwhelm. We're trying to control that next moment. The other thing is that we're trying to maybe please everybody. And again, we're trying to do the thing that we put pressure on ourselves to be something. And we have to pull ourselves back. And in that, when it says, I rest in God, what that means is I am going to let go of everything beyond this moment, knowing that only good can come from this. And it says that right in the Course in Miracles. I rest in God, knowing that only good can come from this. And the other thing that we do is, the Course of Love talks about, can you let the worries of today leave your mind? Can you let disappointments of the past cease? Can you be still and know your capital S self? And this is a real training, because not only are we coming back to this present moment and just dealing with just this, it requires a focusing to not jump to the future moment, to not miss this moment for the future moment. I know myself, I can get caught up in, I'll be so glad when that's done and that will be over and then I will feel relaxed. But that Course of Love talks about, you have to remember, rest is a state of being. It's not a destination. It is a state of being. And with that, the way we actually rest is we've got to, as A Course of Love says, make no new plans. No decision is required of you. You have to allow giving and receiving to be one. What that means is we're going to be in the present moment, and we have to kind of let go of our idea of what this moment's going to bring, how it's going to play out, which is difficult because a lot of times we are really trained in predicting. But that can become a deficit when we're predicting and we're not really present. When we're not present, we're not able to receive new information. This is where God lives. This is where your higher consciousness lives. This is where Source lives, is we have to be so present that we have to allow, as A Course of Love says, can you let your future worries for today, can you let those go? Can you just let those go? And can you just be still? And sometimes it's like, no. So we have to pull ourselves back. This requires a focus and telling ourselves, nothing is required of me here. Nothing is required of me here. A lot of times it's the pressure we put on ourselves that is causing much of our anxiety and our overwhelm. To be present is to know nothing is required of me here. It will be given to me as He gives it to me, giving and receiving as one. And then when we receive, our soul knows what to do. Our higher self knows what to do. That's why it says, can you be still and let yourself, capital S, self, lead the way. And that's what it is to, today I rest in God, is I won't let I'm not troubled by anything because I rest in God, knowing all is good, that only good is coming. And so we have to really switch our way of thinking and trusting only good is coming. And it's amazing to me that the times I've been really able to do this and just to let go and to say, not just let go in fear, but to say, I can relax because I know who is in charge here, and it's not me. And I can relax and I can let go into the mind of God, trusting that all I need will be given me as I need it. Now, to really begin to live that takes a devotion. It takes a focus. It takes a trust. But dare to trust. Because every time I have dared to trust, and I can think of big times and I can think of smaller times, when I have dared to trust and taken that leap, that miraculous things, I've had jobs come into my life, I've had just people come into my life just when I needed them, I've had money come into my life, I've had homes come into my life, and it's not always at the time I want, but knowing that I'm trusting and that it will come to me, I don't need to worry about this. I want you to take that out today. Today, I rest in God. There are no troubles. I am not troubled, for I know that only good is coming to me. And repeat that to yourself. Repeat it until you begin to believe it. And when you begin to actually trust it and to live that way, that is the porthole for miracles. So I hope you take that today. Whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, turn instead to say, today I trust in God. Today I rest in God. Today I rest in God. And just go forth one step at a time, leaving that space open for the possibilities of miracle to enter in. Happy Miracle Monday. I look forward to seeing you next week. If you enjoyed this, like this, share this, leave a comment below. Check out my website, www.dawnpetalino.com, for other resources such as meditations, get the newsletter, see the blogs, check out the work I do. You can check out some books. Anyway, check it out. And I hope you have a miraculous Monday. And today, I hope you rest in God. Namaste. Bye for now.